Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm actually glad to see you guys here again. It's actually been such a long time since I put out the last video, and I do really appreciate all of the feedback, the good comments I've gotten from that video. If you haven't watched it yet, I do encourage you to watch it. So guys, today we're doing something a little bit different. So today's video is based on a request I got from a video that I had done 2 years ago. Yes, 2 years ago. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put a little bit of a teaser here. Are you back? Good. So today's video is all about cracking the code when it comes to getting cheap car insurance. I feel like it's quite good if I can help you guys to provide practical tips and advice that you can use to secure cheaper premiums. And I'm actually in this same position because I've come to the stage where I actually have to do the same thing. And I don't know if you guys have been, unless you're living under a rock or your economy is quite good, but currently under inflation. So compared to other years whereby year on year your car insurance would typically come down, but this year is a little bit different. I think due to all the stuff that's going on, so approximately the average cost of a car insurance has gone up by at least 10%, and each year subsequent to this year, each premium I had gotten for the year was drastically cheaper than the previous year. So first year I was with general accident and this is how much I paid, and then the second year this is how much I paid, and then for the last year this is how much I paid, and now look at how much I'm actually being quoted now. So it's a little bit different. So yeah, we're going to visit 3 different sites to get a quote, and then obviously we'll look at the benefits and the cons of each of the quotes, and then we'll find one that works for us. I'll link all 3 of the sites in the description of the video. So your car reg, and guys forgive me because I'm gonna have to blur some of this information out just for my safety. So we've used an industry standard valuation to estimate the value. Estimated value 5,380. You can say no if you want. Let's see if you want to say the car's estimated market value. Okay, let's see this one. This is the cost of replacing your vehicle with another of the same make / model. If you're not sure exactly how much a car is worth, an approximate value is fine. In the event of the car being written off, the insurer will pay the market value unless you agree a guaranteed value when the policy is taken out. The value you provide here is not necessarily the amount you receive in the event of a claim. So basically that means to me, like, I need to make sure this is the right value, because if you underestimate this value and if something was to go wrong, let's say you said the estimated car, the car's estimated market value is £3,000, right? And then something was to go wrong, you might not get more than £3,000 from what I understand here. So to be safe, I'll try and get the estimated market value. So one way we can do it is WeBuyAnyCar.com. I think they're quite good at that. And then you accept the cookies. So the site loads. You can put in your mileage. So let's say the car's current mileage is, let's say, 60,000. And so these details are correct because what we're getting is along these lines. So I'm quite happy with that. Has the car been modified in any way? If your car has been, say yes. If it hasn't, say no. And you put this bit in. 03, no, what that? When did you purchase this car? 06, 2020. Yes. What do you use the car for? Yeah, so this is the very first important question, this one. Where's the car parked during the day? By telling insurance where you park your car during the day for the majority of the time, they can better assess your risk of making a claim and provide you with a more accurate quote. So let's see what options we have under order. So we have in a locked garage, in a residential car park, in a secure car park, in a carport, on the road away from home. So what I'll do here is like, mine is parked in a residential car park, so I'll say this. And it's a little bit confusing, guys, because sometimes it could be one or the other. So I could say it was this. I could say it is this. I could also say it is this. Car cover each year. So I think this is actually quite important as well, because normally I go for around 6,000 per year. And I'll show you how I arrive at that estimate. So what I do is that I go on the gov.uk website and then you do MOT check. And then you click on start now, and what you can do is that if you type in any car's reg in here, you can basically get an estimate of previous MOT history. So between this year to this year, I spent around, let's say, 8,000, 9,000 miles, and then from this year to, okay, no, not that one, from here to here is like 7,000 miles, from here to here is 6,000 miles. From here to here is a little bit more than that, but that was before I bought the car, I think. So around, if you take the average of that, it's around like 6,000, 7,000. So that's why I arrived at that estimate. And this depends on your exact situation. You might be driving less in a year. You might predict you might be driving less. It might still be a uni, so you really will not spend maybe more than 4,000. If you have someone who commutes out a lot, then this may be more. Again, you can also increase this amount, so insurance providers allow you to adjust this later on. So if you feel like you're hitting this mark, you can call them up and you can ask for this to be incremented. It may come with an additional fee, but it really depends. At the same time, if you feel like you have used this is something this is actually a hack I learned, I think in my first year or second year. I think I had gone for like 10,000 miles over the year, and then it was remaining like 2 more months, and I noticed I was only on like 6,000 or 5,000. So I literally called them up and I was like, oh, can I amend my details, because I can't say I'm going to use 10,000 when I'm really not going to get to that amount in 2 months or something. And yeah, and they were quite open, and then they allowed me to adjust it, which I was quite happy about. And I actually got like a credit back onto my account, which is always helpful. So we go for 6,000. Also, another thing I think that's also quite important is this question here: what is your occupation status? Please choose the status that best reflects your occupation. So if I say I'm in full-time education, you can put this here. There are lots of options. I remember when I was at uni, I used to play around with some of this, because I don't really understand the difference between student living at home and then undergraduate student living at home. So I tried different ones to find which one of them gives me the best option. There's also this one as well: postgrad student living at home, postgrad student living away from home. So I'll say maybe try 2 or 3 of them to see if there's any effect on the final premium or the final offer in which you're given. So I can say I'm a software engineer. So another thing is like, I can say I'm a software consultant. I could also say I'm a software engineer. I could say I'm a programmer, applications programmer, computer programmer, web programmer. I think in theory, if I was to put any of these things, I don't think I'll be lying, because these are all the different things that I do. So it really depends. So you can try describing your role in different ways. You just have to be a little bit creative about it. But as long as you're being accurate, you're not giving false information, then I think you should be good. What type of license do you hold? So UK full. How many years has it been since you passed your test? If you look at I think I've checked mine recently. Mine's around like 3 years, I think. It's around 3 years. If not, then you can go, there's a site here that says days between calculator, so you don't really have to. So you go in here, let's say let's say I passed my test in 23/11/2020, and then I want to calculate how many days has it been since that day. So from then to today, calculate duration. It breaks it down for you. So from that date to here, it's been 2 years 6 months. So you can see, you can get you I think now you can understand what I mean. So it really depends on what values you put into it. When would you like your cover to start? Again, this is the most important thing. So guys, quick story. My first year, when I got the car, I bought the car on a Monday. The next day I got car insurance, and then I was charged around £2,700. Yes, I was charged £2,700 for a 1-year car insurance. That was the biggest mistake I've ever made. So my advice is, like, once you're looking into getting car insurance, try to give it the gap, because one thing I understand is, like, I think it's a little bit like, if you're a little bit needy, let's say you buy the car today and you want to get insured that day, you're literally at the beck and call of the insurance providers. They can quote you whatever they would like to quote you. You have how much we're looking at, so 583. This could, I don't know, we could also play around with this. So let's say if we said we're going to pay 250 for the excess. I'm just going back to this again. Sorry, honestly, will this make any difference? If it doesn't, then that's good, because if you don't, yeah, you can see here it has actually made a big difference already. So we're not getting the first offer that we got, or are we? It's taking its time. Okay, so we're not, which is cool. So guys, to be fair, I've already had previous quotes on this or last site, so I'm just going to show you some of the results I've gotten. So around 609, I think that's the cheapest one that I can see here. So now you guys can understand now. So we're going on 3 different sites, and this is by far the better option for us. I have done this previously, and I was able to drop this around like 550 or so. So I might find that quote where I don't know why I saved it. I need to find that. And then the plan for tomorrow, guys, that we're going to call them, and then we're going to haggle the price that we're offered to this to see if they can match it. In theory, they should, because it's the same company. So guys, at the very end, I'm almost done with my water, but all I would say is, like, when it comes to any sort of renewal, take your time. Try to remember that the ball is in your court. You are doing whoever is providing you that level of finance, you're doing them a favor of staying with them. That's my mindset. I feel like if I stay with you, there has to be a reason why I'm staying with you. But obviously there's some people who might prefer to stay with the same provider, which does work. For instance, if it's like a provider which provides to like a family, everyone that family belongs to that same provider, then it does make sense, because there's one for everyone. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have gotten some value from the information I've been able to share today. If there are any questions, do let me know. I would always be here. My socials are on the screen as usual. My aim is to put out more videos helping you to keep track of your finances, helping you to leverage most of the knowledge that you already have and the knowledge I have to build a bigger community on here. So just stick with me, and then yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.